Good morning guys, welcome back to the channel. Today we're gonna do a Q&A and I wanted to bring you to the new closet. Today I'm using my teddy bear cup because it's very falsy and I have my makeup here, so I'm gonna set up the camera on the floor and let's chat. So I feel like we have a lot to catch up on and I haven't really filmed a Q&A in quite a while, so I thought to do it today. I love October mornings. Like right now it's still warm enough and I've been staying at home quite a lot, which gave me time to do a few changes to the house that I'm gonna explain. But I want to make a Q&A because I did one on Instagram a few days ago and I felt that some of the questions that I was getting asked, replying on Instagram with just like a few words or a little paragraph was not really enough. So I thought to just sit down and film a good old Q&A and just getting ready for the day. Personally, all that I've been watching on YouTube lately have been get ready with me's, what's in my bags, and cozy fall vlogs. I know that I'm getting a little bit ahead of myself, but I am very excited about Christmas content. I always feel like fall and like Vlogtober and fall diaries is just like little steps getting us to Christmas content that is my personal favorite. But I always do this. I'm just going to enjoy fall. I've been rewatching Gilmore Girls, highly recommend, and also Outlander. So I'm very happy that I'm finally doing something with my closet because I think that for 6 months I had it basically abandoned. It's still not done and we're working on fixing it and giving it a purpose, but the thing is that I don't really store all of my bags here in my house anymore, and that was, I would say, 80% of the occupation of my closet because I planned the IKEA shelves to be like handbags on display and then clothing on the side. So basically this whole section that I have on my side, it's still empty, so it looks a little bit sad. So I had been meaning to renovate my closet for quite a while now. First of all, I wanted to move it from one room to another. We basically got rid of the guest bedroom and now the guest bedroom is my closet, and we wanted to use my closet as a second office because Polo and I, we both work from home and we have one office, so basically we had been taking turns using it, but by the end I was working in the living room, which is my preference, but it's not necessarily the best for me and for my back because I'm all day on the computer. So we wanted to make that one an office, and then this became my closet now. Again, I'm gonna give you a tour eventually. I still want to add doors and I want to replace a section that was like shelving for bags to more hanging space because I have so many coats that I still have in boxes that I think I could make amazing use out of that space. So it's still kind of a work in progress. I decided to bring the little poof in the middle, and yeah, but I plan this to become also kind of like a filming space and have everything here. I literally stopped filming in the closet because it just felt so sad and so empty, and I feel like I'm finally doing something about it. So I would love to hear you guys out if you like maybe filming a few sit downs here from time to time. Right now it's a little bit dark, it's a gloomy fall morning, but I think that once it's done and I have the beautiful white doors, it's going to look a little bit cleaner, hopefully. So we're getting ready for today. I don't have any like big plans. I'm gonna go out for lunch and we're gonna take the dogs out. That's basically it, but I've been getting ready every single morning, or at least I try to. So starting with the Q&A, I was quite surprised about how many questions I got about having kids. And I mean, I understand that it's like the natural path. You get married, we've been married for over a year, and you start thinking about kids, but I don't really feel like it's our time to have babies right now. It is definitely something that we want and we have in our plans, but I feel like having kids, it's not something that no one ever should get into in a rush. When we decide that we want to do it, I want to be 100% certain that it's the time, that I've done everything that I want to do and I can just dive into being a mom. I can tell you guys, like right now with the puppy, we're already struggling quite a lot and it changes your life so much. We already had one dog. This is just one more puppy. I don't think we're ready to add a baby because that's going to be even a bigger change, of course. So I ran out of my primer and I was recommended this one. It's from Natasha, Denona. I'm going to be linking everything on the description box down below. They recommended this one so much at Sephora. But yeah, really, I don't think it's the right time for us yet. I'm 28. I feel like I have plenty of time, and I think in a few years we're gonna feel definitely different about this and we're gonna be more ready. I still have so many places that I want to travel to and just focus on myself and just tick a couple of things off the list, and eventually I think it's the type of thing that you know. I saw a TikTok the other day that made a lot of sense to me, that this girl was saying that she knew that she was ready to have kids the day that she was traveling and she was doing everything that she wanted, but she felt like someone was missing. And I just think that's what we're gonna do. Now, regarding the puppy updates, right now the puppy is napping in the office. The first vlog that I did introducing Ollie to you guys, he was so calm, so sleepy, so loving. He would only give us kisses. He was the cutest little potato. And right now he's best friends with Masha. Masha is actually here, like next to the sofa, napping with me. Masha is always with me. However, Ollie is right now 3 months and 1 week. He's officially gone wild, and we were fully expecting this. I feel like you remember having a puppy, because Masha was pretty much the same. But right now she's so calm, and we just got used to the calmness of having Masha just sleeping pretty much all day. Masha takes naps here in my closet, and I am so calm about it. Also, another reason why I want to outdoors, because Ollie will chew on anything. He hasn't gotten into any of our furniture pieces, any of my shoes, even though I've like left them close to him, so he just gets used to seeing them and doesn't necessarily get surprised when he sees one laying around and thinks it's a toy. But still, I do not trust the boy, and I want doors over here in case he opens this door. So we're not gonna use foundation today. I think I'm just going to cover a few spots with a Shape Tape from Tarte, and mine is in the shade 27B. And this one is the ultra creamy, because I have two. They have the dark purple and this one that is a lilac. I like the lilac way more. He's also barking quite a lot, which is a problem because we live in an apartment and not in a house. And usually you need to ignore the dog when the dog is barking, because if you say no and you just engage, they are getting attention, and that's what Ollie wants. However, we cannot just let him bark all he wants here in the house. We don't want the neighbors to hate us, so that's been very hard to manage. But there are some times of the day when he's just calmer, and I see him napping with Masha and I see them playing. When I take baths, they both like to go into the bathroom and just like sit there, play with a toy. And that's the thing, I grew up with 5 dogs. I just love having like my pack, and they're both so loving with each other. That's so beautiful to see, because the first week I was so scared because Masha was not dealing with the change very well, and I didn't really want her to feel like we were replacing her or anything like that. So yeah, I have to say that probably the first 2 weeks were the hardest to deal with, more than anything because I was feeling so bad that Masha was not feeling the best. Ollie was behaving better. Now Ollie is behaving worse, but I feel better because I can see Masha really loves having him now, so that just makes it all worth it. I also think that it's going to get better once Ollie can finally leave the house and just go on the streets, because right now we depend on putting him on a stroller because he doesn't have the vaccines, and all his energy he has to take it out here. We cannot take him to a park yet, so that's been very hard to manage because he has a lot of energy multiple times a day. Instead of bronzer, I really love using this one from Drunk Elephant, and they're the D-Bronzi drops. I just put a few and you have like that slightly tanned, sun-kissed look. I really love it. I also got a few questions, especially after the Mexico diaries, if I missed living in Mexico. And I feel like that's a very tricky question because it's a yes and a no. I was so excited to go because I miss the food more than anything. Like, even if we try here, there's no way to replicate Mexican food. You just don't have the ingredients here, and I think that was like what we were the most excited about when we went. If I'm looking this way, it's because I have the mirror here. But I don't know if anyone that has left their country can relate to this, especially for the reasons that we left. I miss it so much. I think about it every day, especially when it comes to culture. Even though Spain and Mexico, we both speak Spanish, there are so many words that are different, and also I think we Mexicans are a little bit more polite. We're definitely less direct and we're a little bit warmer. And coming here, I felt like people were very blunt. I was a little bit used to it because all of my family is Spanish, so I could see the differences every single time that I would visit. I grew up coming and going from Mexico to Spain quite a lot, but I always preferred like the service, like the community that you really have in Mexico is very different here. So I definitely do miss that quite a lot. Like, everyone is just warmer. I think that's the best word to describe it. I also miss the nature that we have there. Like I showed you guys Puerto Vallarta, which is one of our favorite places. I miss that so much every single day, but I don't think I would ever move back. I think Mexico is going to be something that we're gonna go back to if we can every single year. We're gonna take our kids to go full summers, to go for Christmases, everything. But I do have to say that as a woman, I love so much walking on the street by myself, even if it's during the night. And I know that Barcelona is not the safest place in the world, but I feel like I have so much independence that I didn't used to have back in Mexico. And every country has its thing. Like, don't get me wrong, Spain is not perfect. I've been robbed here in Europe, so yeah, like it's just a quality of life that I feel that changed for me. I also don't like using the car that much. I prefer walking. Growing up back and forth, for me it was like a young kid that when I was here, I could walk on the streets by myself. I could go to the store. I could go to the bookshop. I could go to the video store. I would rent some VHS and bring them back to my grandma's house. And in Mexico, I had to be very careful. So I feel like this is something that people that have moved from similar countries, especially Latin America, to Europe, you're gonna be able to relate. But it's definitely hard to explain. I love it and I miss it, but I'm also very happy here. And I think we're gonna stay. Also, I don't have family in Mexico anymore. Both of my parents live here in Europe. All of my aunts, uncles, cousins. The only family that we really have in Mexico is Polo's family, and Geraldine just moved here to Barcelona. And Polo's parents visit us very often, so I do feel like if anything we have more family here in Spain than in Mexico. So yeah, it's a little bit complicated. Now this blush is a new find for me and I love it. Definitely want to recommend it. And it's from Dior and it's a stick. I got the color Rosewood, the 012. I just love the color so much, and I also really love the formula. I also got asked where do I see myself in 5 years, and I think this ties a little bit into the kids question. I think in 5 years I do see myself having kids. I do see myself still living here in Barcelona for sure, but I don't know if it's in the city with the whole house hunting that we put a little pause into. I think everything is a little bit crazy right now for us, and we just needed to take a step back and rethink it and just wait for the perfect house to arrive. I mean, if we see something that literally fits everything that we've been looking for, then absolutely we're gonna jump on the opportunity. But we're waiting for the house. We're not like actively looking and house visiting or anything like that, because you can tell really easy like by the area and the pictures if it's going to be the fit or not. So I feel like not being in a rush, it's given me like more peace of mind, and just when it comes, it comes. But I definitely see myself in a house in 5 years. I see myself with kids and a sailboat. We've also been considering getting another boat here, like something smaller, but just to be able to sail around Costa Brava a little bit. Masha loves sailing. We would need to teach Ollie to get into a boat. I wonder how that's gonna go. But yeah, that's also been in our minds quite a lot recently. But I don't think my life is going to change that much in the next 5 years. I think mainly it's going to be possibly kids and having a house. Now I also got a lot of questions YouTube related about being a content creator, how I started, and these ones were very tricky to answer on Instagram stories, so I want to talk about them here. Now disclaimer, I'm not good at makeup and I'm really bad with nose contour, but this is the way that I do it. I really like to use the Charlotte Tilbury contour wand and just a little brush, and I dab it. So a question that I got a couple of times was how to overcome the shyness of becoming a content creator. And I don't know if I'm the best person to ask that, because my first couple of videos I would post them and then I would private them because I was so embarrassed. Also, one of the reasons that my channel name is Just Rilu and not my name is because I was embarrassed of people finding it out that I wanted to use an alias and not my real name, because I did it while I was in college and I didn't want people from my school to find my channel. I didn't want my family to find my channel, or like anyone in general. I was mortified. I've always been very much of an introvert. If you put me in the center of a room, I'm going to try to flee. I'm really uncomfortable in like public speaking settings. I was never someone to have like a big friend group or be popular or anything like that, but what I did have was a huge passion for bags. I love talking about it and I didn't really have anyone to talk about it with, and I also always loved editing videos. I've said this plenty of times, but if it was a friend's birthday, I would edit a little video for them with pictures and little clips. Of course, they were not amazing, but I just enjoyed it so much that it just became something that I really wanted to do. But yeah, the first videos that I posted, I would publish them and then I would private them. I would cry over the mean comments so often. So I say just do it. Like, I cannot believe how far I've come from the first time that I decided to film my first video with the frontal camera of my iPhone. What was back then? In 2018-19, I have no idea, but it was filmed with the frontal camera of my phone and I was so shy. I wish that I could show you guys that video, but I made a few mistakes in the beginning and I like doing intros for my videos with music, and back then I didn't really know how to properly do it, so I went into a website that would offer copyright free music. I was using that song for pretty much the first 2 years of videos that I posted, and they started to copyright strike me with those songs, like that website, and I was just scared that that would mean like something bad for my channel because I was getting a lot of claims about the song, so I just removed them. That's why I don't have many of my older videos, because they got some copyright claims. Right now my best recommendation is to use Epidemic Sound, which is a subscription. It is like 15 euros a month, but you have so much music that you can pick from, and that is actually copyright free, so you pay and you can safely use it. I wish that I have known better, but if anyone is starting, that is a really big advice that I would like to say. But honestly, the first couple of times that you film in front of a camera, it's going to be very awkward, and that's normal. It takes time and practice, but you're gonna get comfortable eventually, and you need to let go of what other people will say, because something that I've realized quite a lot, because eventually people found out, especially when I started growing a little bit more during the pandemic, and people would make a lot of fun of me because also bags is a very weird theme to talk about, and back then being an influencer was very frowned upon. Like, it's not like now that with TikTok everyone kind of wants to be a content creator. Like, back then it was so taboo, so embarrassing. I think now it's just a little bit easier if that's something that you want to do, and I think that's amazing. I also got a lot of questions about advice that I would give to someone starting. I think the biggest advice that I can give anyone starting YouTube: post things that you like and you enjoy. That's the most important thing. And the second one is be consistent. And being consistent is very hard, because sometimes you get sick, sometimes you're not home, sometimes you have life that gets in the way, but you need to be very consistent. And if you're consistent, I remember for the first 2 years that I was doing YouTube, I was not monetizing, I was not making anything out of it. I was just doing it for the love of it, and I still do. And I think it's key that you enjoy it, because if you don't enjoy doing it, if you feel like you need to change your topics and niche to keep like interested, then definitely do that. But yeah, I would say consistency is key, and to not overthink it. I've made the mistake to overthink so much. Like, if I told you guys how scared I was to start doing vlogs, because I was doing sit down videos all the time. I would not vlog because first of all I didn't feel like I had anything interesting to share that was not about the bags, and I felt like people were watching about the new collections and things that I was talking about, but not really about me. But I've always had such a passion for traveling and just sharing about my life in general, and the first couple of vlogs that I posted when I moved here to Barcelona, they performed so bad that I was really hesitant if I should keep going or not. Like, you would see the difference between how a vlog would do and a sit down, and the vlog was just, it would take me way longer to film and edit, and it was doing so bad that I was just not convinced, but I really liked it. At the end I decided that I was going to keep doing it, and I was consistent, and I started to improve. I worked on my editing. Also, with time and just practice, you start to find the way that you like to do things, and that ends up making it easier for you. And this also goes into questions that I got, that if I was going to make changes to my YouTube channel. I feel like a lot of content creators, especially luxury YouTube content creators, are drifting away from luxury content. I mean, so many people are getting rid of their handbag collection, so many people are not really doing like unboxings and what's in my bags, and I understand why. I feel like what people are interested in watching has changed quite a lot, but I still feel like I need to stick to what I like to do and what I like to film, because at the end of the day, I am the one who needs to watch what I talk about and edit it and put it out, and I just hope that you guys enjoy it. Now I'm gonna use the setting powder, and I use this one from Dior, and it's in the color Light. So I think my channel is gravitating now a little bit more towards vlogs, but the thing is that I cannot sustain posting 2 vlogs a week by any means. Like, I just cannot do it. I edit and I do everything by myself, and I sit down, like for example this video, it's going to take me like 1 hour to film and let's say 5 hours of editing, whereas a vlog takes me 2 days of filming, 3-4 days of editing. So there's no way that I can film 2 vlogs a week or even like 1 vlog a week. I think I would collapse, and I really don't want to hire an editor because I love editing, and I also feel like I'm never going to be able to find someone that is going to edit things the way that I like it. Like, I understand that bigger creators have like a team and that at some point it's necessary, but I don't honestly think that my channel is ever going to be like millions of subscribers. I love the way things are now, like I truly mean that. And I also do enjoy being able to do everything by myself. But I've been really struggling with the fact that I enjoy filming and editing vlogs more than sit down videos, but I cannot just do vlogs. So I would love to hear you guys out. What do you like to see, especially when it comes to sit downs? Like, what type of content you want to see from me? That would help me a lot to plan. But I don't plan to stop posting what's in my bags and unboxings or anything like that. Like, I love bags, I love fashion, and I'm gonna stick to it. But yeah, my channel is changing, I would say a little bit more into vlogs, but not completely. Now, I've talked about this at the beginning of the video and also in a past video. I got asked, I would say at least 15 times, if I was considering selling my entire handbag collection, because I know a lot of people are doing that. And again, I understand why. Also, this is my highlighter, and this is the Pearlescent Glow from Dior Forever. And the response is no, I am not selling my bag collection. I don't plan to, but I understand that people are doing it because now that I store my bags somewhere else, it's really quite of a hassle to have to pre-plan the bags that you're gonna be wearing that week and go and switch them. Also, in terms of filming, sometimes if I switch a topic or I don't know what, maybe I'm gonna talk about certain bags that I don't really have in the house. Also, it has made me see my contemporary bags in a different way. Like, I love them and I use them so much more now that it's like 80% of what I have in my closet. The bags that I have right now in my house that I'm gonna swap next week are my Mini Kelly and my Birkin 25 in gold and my caramel classic flap. It's just been kind of like the colors that I've been using and the bags that I wanted to use this week. And I do have my Bottega Venetas here because I use them so much. I've been loving my Amato Daniele bags, my bags from Fabrique, my Sangmont, my Pollen, because I have them here and I feel more comfortable having them in my house, whereas the Chanel and Hermes, I just feel more comfortable not having them here because I've said it before, after Italy I just became a little bit paranoid. It was causing me so much stress, and I feel like that's not the point of owning the bags. Just, it's like feeling that they make you a target, especially in my home. I want to feel safe in my home, so I think the most responsible thing to do was remove them from my house and just have the 2-3 bags that I'm gonna be using, which is sad because something that I loved about my handbag collection is that I loved to display them, and I loved to every single morning coming to the closet, pick the bag that I was going to wear and then plan the outfit around that. And now I need to do a lot of more planning. It does make you think a lot if you really want to keep them. So that's why I say that I do understand why so many people are selling them, because at some point you need to put on a scale if it's worth it for you to keep owning them, or you just rather let them go and use other handbags that may not have these problems. But let me show you. These are my Amato Daniele Queen bags. I love them. I use them so much, and I did order a few more Raviolo bags. I'm gonna get one in suede that I'm so excited about, and again my Bottegas. And that is for now the solution that I found that works for myself the best. I do miss my bags, I miss having them here in the house, but I sleep better at night and I think that's what counts. And now I have a lot of more space in my closet that I don't even know what to do with it. But yeah, my advice for everyone that has like a bag collection would be to store them in a safe space. Also your jewelry, don't keep that in your house. But I don't think we all need to sell them to not use them. I still use my bags. Like, I've already used the Mini Kelly like 3 times this week and the Birkin 25 twice. So I'm gonna keep using my bags for sure, just with more planning. And I don't think fear should rule our lives. We just need to be responsible. I also got a lot of questions about the robbery, if I ever found the bags that were stolen in Italy, and the answer is yes and no. Like, a few weeks after the robbery, we did find the bags in the Philippines, which was crazy. And I do have to thank you guys, because I would have never been able to even find them in the Philippines if it was not for you looking out for my bags right after I posted about it. And it did give me a lot of closure to at least see them for sale somewhere, but they never sent them back. I would love to say that the police was of more help, but unfortunately they were not at all. I was also asked to keep everything like off social media, so it was a little bit easier to track them down. But right after the Philippines incident, we lost track of them. So maybe in 5 years I'm gonna see them being sold somewhere else, and hopefully this time they're gonna land with a reseller that is a little bit more ethical. But honestly, I've let it go. I'm not looking for them anymore. If they pop up, amazing, and if they don't, I am fine. Like, I'm so grateful that nothing happened to us, and I did learn a lot from it, and it's just bad things that can sometimes happen to us. Now for the lips, this is my absolute favorite lip liner, and it's from Huda Beauty. Now, how many languages do I speak? So I am fluent in English, obviously, and Spanish. I always get asked if I can make videos in Spanish, and I absolutely could. The thing is that most of you guys that watch my videos speak English and don't really speak Spanish, so I feel like I would have to put a lot of subtitles. So I don't know, like, I'm gonna speak a little bit in Spanish, but I'm gonna put subtitles to you guys. La razón por la cual hago mis videos en inglés y no en español es porque cuando empecé a hacer mi canal de YouTube, todo el contenido de bolsas y de lujo era siempre en inglés. No sentí que hubiera realmente como una audiencia interesada que hablar español, y ahora creo que es un poco tarde para cambiar, pero tampoco me molesta hacer el contenido en inglés para nada. En mi día a día con Polo hablamos en español, y con mis amigos depende. Si mis amigos hablan inglés, hablamos en inglés. En general tenemos muchos amigos aquí que son de Italia, Francia, entonces el idioma en común que normalmente tenemos es inglés, pero en su mayoría hablo español, solamente hago mi contenido en inglés. So I hope that clarifies why I make my content in English. I also took 6 years of French that I forgot. So basically my French, I can understand it, I cannot speak it, and also I have a really bad pronunciation. So yeah, I'm a little bit embarrassed about it, but I was also really embarrassed about my English at the beginning. Now I'm very used to it, of course. And I also took like 4 years of German, and don't get me wrong, my family is from Germany and I just cannot learn it. I'm sorry, I really tried. This is the Clinique Black Honey, which is my absolute favorite. I really tried, and it was mandatory for university that we would take a third language, so that's why I decided to do German, but it's complicated. Again, I know like a few words, I can survive, but I am not great at it. Now the setting spray that I like to use is from Tilbury. And I think those were all the questions that I had. So I think I'm gonna start making Q&As a little bit more often and just getting ready. But I would love to hear you guys out, and let's chat in the comments. This was my very simple makeup routine. I don't really do anything to my eyes unless I have something like dinner or something fancy, because I rub on my eyes all day long, so I cannot stop myself from touching them. I do very specifically this, so that's why I don't really use eyeshadow or mascara in general. But I hope that you guys enjoyed the video. I'm going to be linking all of the makeup in the description box down below. If you have any more questions, leave them in the comments and I'm gonna note them down for the next Q&A. I hope you guys have a beautiful week, and if you're not yet subscribed to my channel, please consider doing so and click the notification bell down below so you don't miss any of my videos. If you're not done watching, I'm gonna leave you two right here in case you wanna check them out. Thank you and see you on the next one. Bye!